Well, hello everybody. Welcome into another edition of Larry's Country Diner. We're going to have a good time tonight. Oh, Billy Yates is in from Branson. Can't wait to hear him. And Nadine, well, she's lurking around somewhere. Right now, I want you to meet the cover model of the 2018 edition of Senior Living Magazine. Thank goodness it's not the swimsuit edition. Here's Larry.
I turned down the swimsuit issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, the promise. Father, I want to live close enough to know that when I call, you will answer. I like that. Call upon me in the day of trouble and I will deliver thee. I love those. Sometimes you just have to lay back and remember what the scripture says.
You used to do that at your dinner table when you were growing up, right?
We did. We always did that. We learned a promise, or we read a promise, it was good stuff. As a matter of fact, my mother used to send me things. Grandma's drug problem. My generation just might have been lucky I had a drug problem when I was young. But it turned out all right anyway. I was drugged to church. I was drugged to family reunions. I was drugged out of bed in the early morning. I was drugged by the ears when I was disrespectful. I was also drugged into the woodshed when I disobeyed my parents. Those drugs still run through my veins and they affect my behavior. Everything I do and say and think. Signed, Grandpa.
All right. I
like that.
Woo!
All right.
Did anybody ever get, I don't know, I still wonder about this. Did anybody ever take turpentine to prevent worms? Or was I the only one that did that? No. Every spring I'd get a tablespoon of turpentine. Yeah, and then I'm in the store, I get older, I'm in the store, it says, I'm reading the bottle, it says, harmful or fatal if swallowed. I said, Mama, you got some splaining to do. But I'm here, so I guess it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't that bad.
That was a common thing in my area, though.
Jared, you got any music for me tonight? Hit me with one.
Gal in Iowa, her eyes were big and blue. I asked her what her name was. She said, Sioux City Sue. Sioux City Sue.
Yeah, Sioux City Sue. Give me one more, and then I got something to say.
Smiling like the girl wearing nothing but a smile and a towel.
Del Reed.
On the billboard in the big
old highway.
Well, what a girl.
I like that.
It was rumored that Dolly was the model for that.
I don't know. I think Don Wayne wrote that, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. And Don's passed away.
I'm talking about the girl on the billboard.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if he had Dolly in mind or what. I'm not following you, am I?
We never start a show over.
That's right.
Never, ever.
We came close right there.
All right, Carolyn Ellis wrote this, gave it to me. Welcome to the Country Diner, where you're sure to meet fine folks. You'll hear good picking and singing, and if you're lucky, a few funny jokes. Keith is the one you'll meet first. He introduces Larry the boss. In his diamond gusset jeans and red shoulder towel, you'll never guess he's such a hoss. The first thing Larry likes to do is read a promise from above. Keith will say, I like that. Larry agrees with its hope and love. Renee's the waitress you see bustling about to bring folks their good country grub. She's the one who really runs the show amidst all of the crazy hubbub. Next, Larry wants folks to shout out a number and tell Jared to punch it in the song. The golden oldies from the old jukebox will fill the room before very long. Then it's time for the really good part, with the special guests sing and play. Then talk to Larry for a while before singing in the small cafe. Michelle sings backup vocals while the sheriff picks his guitar. You might also meet Sam Bam and Luann at the diner. They're all stars. Now it's time for a commercial break thanks to Tartar Farm and Ranch. If you win, Ann will paint a flag on your barn. Do you think I'd have a chance? that Bible-toting Nadine arrives to complain about Homer and her clan. I agree with most of her opinions. I think I'm her biggest fan. She likes to drink coffee and loves to eat pie. Then she posts her pearls of wisdom on the old church sign. Sometimes Keith will have a fun fact, something we didn't know. And he always has a dinner special for the guests that are on the show. After another song or two, it's Boot Daddy's time to shine. Randy, Paul, and Colin give gift cards away. They're all so kind. Gus tells us about his healthy chickens and also what's new. If you'd like a freezer full of Spring Mountain chicken, it could be you. Larry and Renee tell about cruises that carry a boatload of acts. Now that's what I'd really like to win, and that's a bona fide fact. Now our time is gone, and we've had a good time to share, where the cameras are always rolling, and
we don't care.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Cool. That is very
Isn't that
good.
neat? Carolyn Ellis wrote that. We do have a special guest here, but I don't think he's here yet.
Oh. What? Boy, that
Billy
was,
Yates.
that
How you
was
doing, Billy?
cold.
I'm good. How are you?
Doing
Wow.
good, sir.
Oh.
Great to be here.
I heard that some people a little bit ago were telling me that you told them on the trip down here about some of your overseas airline travels.
Yeah, so they were talking about how much wind and whatever,
Yeah.
worried about the flight. It's like I slept through the whole thing. Now, of course, I woke up, I had drool running up the top of my head. I went upside down, but I slept through it. We've had some interesting flights doing these shows overseas over the years. Last 13 years, I've been doing that, you know. Before I went to Branson, you know, I was doing all those shows. And some crazy flights. But
It's funny because a lot of people will know your music and don't know you, don't know your name even.
That's true.
Hit me with one that they will know that we don't know.
One. This is from 1992. This song wrote in 92. This was the 93 CMA Vocal Event of the Year. Goes like this. I don't need no rocking chair. Your Geritone or your Medicare. Still got neon in my veins. This gray hair don't mean a thing. I do my rockin' on the stage. You can't put the possum in a cage. My body's old, but it ain't impaired. I don't need no rocking chair. Well, I ain't ready for the junkyard yet. I still feel like a new Corvette. Might take a little longer, but I'll get there. I don't need no rocking chair. I don't need no rocking chair. Your Geritone or your Medicare. But I've still got neon in my veins. This gray hair don't mean a thing. I do my rockin' on the stage. You can't put the possum in a cage. My body's old, but it ain't impaired. I don't need no rocking chair. Oh, pick it. Retirement don't fit in my plan. You can keep your seats, we're gonna stand. Hey, an Eskimo needs a Frigidaire. Like I need your rocking chair. I don't need no rocking chair.
You don't need no rocking chair.
Your Geritone or your Medicare.
Geritone or your Medicare.
Well, I've still got neon in my veins.
Still got neon in his veins.
This gray hair don't mean a
His
thing.
gray hair don't
possum in a cage.
Look, there's possum in a cage.
My body's old, but it ain't impaired.
Well, you know he ain't impaired.
I don't need no rocking chair.
He don't need no rocking chair.
Well, my body's old, but it ain't impaired.
And we all know he ain't impaired.
I don't need no rocking chair. All right, George song.
Yeah.
Son.
How did you get that song to George?
Well, you know, George, I'd gotten to know George a little bit just prior to that, but not well. And so wrote the song with Kerry Kurt Phillips and Frank Dykes. And it was one of the very first songs that I'd ever been a part of as a songwriter. And so those guys took me in and started teaching me how to write songs.
Wow.
But my publisher at the time was a company called Hony Pro, a Japanese-owned company. And they sent the song over to MCA Records. And Renee Bell was working A&R over there, and she loved the song, sent it out to George, and never forget, and it's just us banging out a guitar, singing about like that. Get a call at the publishing company one day, and they said, Billy, you have a call on line 2, whatever. And I go to the phone, and it's George. He said, yeah. He said, I got this rocking chair song in the mail, and they sent it to me from the label, and I love it. And he said, I'm gonna record it. And so he was going to record like the next week. It was really fast.
Yeah.
And so I remember I had to be there. I just had to be there to see it. So I remember going over to the studio that day, knew where they were recording, circled the studio, and George comes out in the parking lot. And I swung up there and I said, boy, I'd love to be there when y'all record this song. He said, we're going to do it about 6 o'clock tonight. Well, 6 o'clock, guess where I was? I was standing at the back door of the studio, and it was locked, of course, and so I waited. The fiddle player comes walking out of the studio, and I grabbed the door, and I walked in like I owned the place. And so I walk in the middle, and they're recording a song. So I shot off to a door to the left that was into the control room, and Emery Gordy Jr. is producing the record. He's in there playing bass on this other track. I hid in the corner, and then they started doing that song, and George was the only one that saw me. He saw me hiding behind a chair in the corner.
Wow.
And Emery said, let's do that rocking chair song. And George said, well, I'm a little tired, I think. And he looked over at me and I was like, oh, great. But they did it, and it was awesome. It was just great.
Oh, I love the behind-the-scenes stories. Thank you, Billy Yates. We'll talk more with Billy in a few minutes. We got to get out of here for a second.
Oh, we do? Okay, well, let's do that. We'll be back. Nadine's on the way. You know how she likes these young artists. We'll see what she has to say right here. Larry's Country Diner. Oh, welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. I was just noticing here our special today. You seen
What?
that?
No.
Billy Yates, I don't need your rocking chair fried chicken with gravy and biscuit and a big old glass of sweet tea.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, there's Larry.
You know, Sunday, our pastor was going to preach a message that night. Says, what Jesus saw in a publican. The bulletin got it confused. It was what Jesus saw in a Republican. That kind of bolstered the service.
Yeah.
Will you stop knocking over
Did
my
I knock
ketchup?
that over? Oh, I feel a fun fact coming on. Yeah.
Give me to it.
Well, I've lost my place here. Oh, here it is. Do you know what a quidnuck is?
A quidnuck.
A quidnuck. You might know what a quidnuck is? Billy, you don't know? You're a songwriter, my goodness. A quidnuck is a person who is eager to know the latest news and gossip. Does that describe somebody you know?
Eager, what?
A quidnuck.
Say that explanation
She
again.
is someone, I say she, the one I know is, eager to know the latest news and gossip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, especially gossip.
Yeah.
Loves gossip.
Emphasis on gossip. She'll be in a little later.
All right.
Very
Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Man, in Branson,
Yes.
you're at the Starlight Theater.
Yes, we do a show there called Raiding the Country Vault. And,
Great
this is
show.
our third season in Branson, and it's so exciting, man, because, I've always loved traditional country music, and so
Right.
this show just really champions that, and it delivers it more like a concert-style show. It's an all-star cast, so we have, in the show, we have Michelle Poe, who plays bass and sings with Hank Jr., has been with him for a long time, had her own hit records. Also, we have Eric Heatherly. Remember, Eric had the big hit, the Statler Brothers remake of Flowers on the Wall.
Yep.
And then he's in the show. We have Heath Wright, the lead singer and the founder of the band Ricochet. She's got her daddy's money. And anyway, just an awesome show. Yes, you're about to
Did you also do a songwriters thing in Branson?
We're working on that now, so we're getting ready to open a new show here shortly.
Not at the
Actually, by time
Starlight, across the street or something?
at the Americana. But back to Raiding the Country Vault. It's the #1 show on TripAdvisor. I had to say that because it's
Oh,
so
really?
cool. Because you work so hard.
Very
You do
cool.
a show and there's 150 some odd shows. Yeah.
That's great.
There's 150 some odd shows in Branson. A lot of great
Lot of
shows in
shows.
Branson. And so right now on TripAdvisor, we are the #1 show. And so it's so exciting. And so what we're doing, we're sort of cross-marketing the two shows. So
Right.
down the street at Americana, we're doing a show there called Hit Songwriters in the Round every Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. Two big writers from Nashville come to Branson every week, and we do 3 shows. And then they go home, and then 2 more come back in. So it's really exciting. It's something fun and new for Branson.
That is cool. We're going to get another song out of you in just a minute.
Okay.
I saw the sheriff jump. I saw Michelle reach over and grab her mic. A woman walks into the pet store, sees a gorgeous parrot, $50. She goes, "That's a gorgeous parrot. Why is it only $50? Asked the store owner, said, "How come only $50? He said, "Well, that parrot we got out of a brothel and does not have the cleanest of mouths. So we just put a low price on it." She thought about that and she said, how bad can it be? I mean, it's a beautiful parrot. I'm going to buy it. Bought it, took it home, puts it in a cage. She walks in and the parrot says, "New house, new madam." She thought, well, that's not all that bad. That's okay. Then her 2 daughters walk in. She says, the bird said, "New house, new madam, new girls." Pretty soon the lady's husband walks in and parrot says, "Hi, Keith."
I was with you right up until the end there. Picking on me.
Let's get another song.
What was the address on that place? I forgot.
That's right.
I was thinking, I like to do this song. He was talking about the songwriter show, and the great thing about songwriting, is the stories behind these songs. And so this is a song I'd like to do that I wrote for a friend of mine, Annette Grossberg. She was 50 years old, diagnosed with cancer. And so I'm at her house one day. She said, "I want you to do a favor for me." I said, "Of course, I'll do anything." And she said, "I want you to write me a song."
Wow.
And so, kind of long story short, ended up writing this song for Annette's funeral. And Annette passed away. I was in the studio recording this song, and Annette passed away.
Wow.
While we were in there doing that. And so went and sang at the funeral, and then just a few days after that, George Strait heard this song and decided to record it. It's on his Honky Tonk record. If you got that, you might know this song. But anyway, it's called My Infinite Love. When you see a shooting star in the night, when you hear the warm wind whisper through the pines, I want you to know it'll be me and my infinite love for you. It's just like I promised you under heaven above. It will live on long after we kiss goodbye, forever by your side, my infinite love. When you think someone is calling out your name, or when you feel that kind of feeling you can't explain, now you will know it'll be me and my infinite love for you. It's just like I promised you under heaven above. It will live on long after we kiss goodbye, forever by your side, my infinite love. I want you to know it'll be me and my infinite love for you. It's just like I promised you under heaven above. It will live on long after we kiss goodbye, forever by your side, my infinite love, my infinite love, my infinite love.
Wow.
Good, Billy. Billy Yates. Got to take a quick break, get us out of here.
Our favorite Quidnuck is coming up here.
Oh,
in
yes,
just a little
yes.
while, right here. Larry's Country Diner. Don't you go anywhere. Quidnuck.
Oh, Nuck.
Nuck.
Oh, yeah.
And welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. You see that shot right there, Larry? I want so bad to take that baseball out and try to knock over those cups and see if I can win a teddy bear. You see that?
You know what?
line?
You could try to knock over the cameraman. That might be better.
That would be even better.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Get a big teddy bear for that, yeah. There's Larry, by the way.
Ah, welcome back. In the garden, do you know what Adam's first job was?
No.
He was a bookkeeper.
Yeah?
He developed the loose leaf system.
Uh-huh. It took me a minute, but I got there. Loose leaf system. I got you. I've often wondered what kind of leaves those were.
Biggins.
Biggins. And obviously they weren't allergic to them, you know.
Oh, and they had a lot to hide.
Be bad if you got poison ivy on there.
As a matter of fact, Adam would complain when he came to supper one night. He said, looked at his salad, and he said, there you are using my shirt again. It's Bible humor.
I understand.
And speaking of the revelation of Bible humor,
Yes.
here she comes, Nadine. Where are you, Nadine? Will you get in here? The reason we have a 30-second intro is so you'll have time to wake up and get in here.
Well, you know what? I was back there and me and Mo was solving the problems of the world and I can't hear that music. We need a speaker back there.
Okay.
Or y'all pipe it in there somehow.
Anything else you want to complain about?
Oh, I got lots. You got how much time you got? Hey, Billy.
Hey, darling.
How you doing?
I'm better now.
She ain't right.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You still trying to open that vault?
Yeah, we got the vault. The vault is rocking.
That's good. Country Vault in Branson. That's what I'm talking about. Good to see you. Is your wife here?
She's not. She's in Branson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Trying to open the vault?
He has got the sweet. Your vault. She's walking to his mailbox is what she's doing. Well, he's got a real sweet wife.
Miss
How would
Nancy.
you know her?
How do I know her?
Yeah.
My goodness, I met her. We ate dinner and I talked to her.
And from that small exchange, you have figured she's a sweet wife.
Honey, I can figure you out real quick. Don't think I can't.
Watch out now. Luann, you're going to have to straighten her out during the intermission.
Luann would agree with every single thing I said.
You're right.
I got to tell y'all something. I had a friend of mine, she called me a while ago, Louise. She was out at the park walking her dog, and I'm about to flip this bar over. I'm sort of scares me
I
a little
don't
bit.
think you can flip it over.
Y'all be careful. Y'all watch. But anyway, she was out there with her dog, and it started running, chasing another dog, and she had to run a little bit, which she can't run. She's bigger than me. And but she lost her upper plate, her upper teeth, fell down in the grass, and she was trying to look for them and couldn't find it. And this man came by there, and he said, "What you looking for? And I'll help you find it." She said, "Well, I lost my upper teeth." And he's looking. He said, "Hey, honey, let me tell you something here." And he took some teeth out of his pocket, and he said, "Try these on." And so she tried them on. She said, "Well, these are a little loose. I don't think I can wear them." He said, "Well, here, try these." He gave her another pair, and she said, "Well, now those fit pretty good." She said, "You got a business card because I need a new dentist." He said, "No, I don't have no business card." He said, "I ain't no dentist. I'm an undertaker."
I like that.
I sort of gagged when I heard that. But you know, me and Homer was over at the grocery store the other day, and they asked me, I'm still ticked at him, I ain't speaking to him.
Homer?
Homer, yeah. We went in line and we were paying our thing. She said, "You got your preferred credit, or this preferred, I don't know, whatever they call it, some card where you get a discount." And I said, "I can't find it." She said, "Well, let me look up here and I'll look it up by your birthday." And she's looking. She said, "Well, here it is. This is a problem. They got you down for June 29th, 1910. Homer looked over and said, "Well, that's wrong. Her birthday's in March."
I like that.
I didn't. He said, "I think kids are getting stronger these days. Americans are getting stronger." He said, 20 years ago, it took two people to take $10 worth of groceries in the house. Now a 5-year-old can do it.
It's all about strength.
It's all about brain cells. Yeah. His a human life has a lot of value.
Human life?
Human life has a lot of value. But Homer's insurance company's made me a really good offer.
You gonna take him up on it?
After what he said about me, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna put the sign up.
What's sign gonna say?
Now I'm talking about God. I'm not talking about Homer. I don't always know what he's doing, but I know who he is.
Oh, I like that.
Really, I could say that about Homer. I don't ever know what he's doing.
But
this is God.
this is God.
I don't always know what he's doing, but I know who he is.
That's right.
There you go.
My kids, yeah. Most people know my father was a minister. And when we would go visit him in Florida with our 3 sons, and Dad would say the blessing for the meal, it was always, "Dear Lord." Don't know why I got, so our kids then picked up on it. You'd ask them to say blessing over something, they'd go, "Dear Lord." You, Scott, another song for us.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, we do. I look over at him. I was like, well, I'll do this. I was talking about George earlier, and of course, Keith and I have so many fun George Jones stories. We got to be great friends. Every time he would do a record, I'd go down and play him some songs, And so I was riding with a buddy of mine, Frank Myers, one day, and we were talking about all the crazy stuff that happens in country music, and we came up with this. We were talking about this story about George going to the liquor store on his riding lawnmower. So we wrote a little song about it. I took it down and played it for George, and he just laughed. He said, "I wonder why nobody ever wrote that." So anyway, he recorded it. It's on his "I've Lived to Tell It All" record, and it goes like this. I saw those blue lights flashing over my left shoulder. Walked right up and said, "Get off that riding mower." I said, "Sir, let me explain before you put me in the tank." She took my keys away, and now she won't drive me to drink. I need a honky tonk song, a cold, cold beer, a hardwood floor, smoky atmosphere, a pocket full of change to last me all night long. I gotta hear old Hank moaning a honky tonk song. He didn't show me much compassion when I tried to walk that line. As he slipped those handcuffs on me, I said, "Give me one more try." He didn't even crack a smile when he threw me in the car. So I said, "Sir, if you don't mind, would you drop me off at a bar? I need a honky tonk song, cold, cold beer, a hardwood floor, smoky atmosphere, a pocket full of change to last me all night long. I gotta hear old Hank moaning the honky tonk song. Yeah, I gotta hear old Hank moaning the honky tonk song.
I like it. Yeah. We'll be back with more of Billy Yates in just a minute. Keith, get us out of here.
I asked George one time, "What's your favorite NFL team, George?" He says, "Whichever one I've bet on this weekend." We'll be back right after this.
All right.
Oh, we're going to hear one of my favorite songs by Billy Yates in just a moment. Right now, here's Larry.
All right, let's hear that song. What would you say the song we're going to hear?
Oh, one of my favorites.
You like this one?
I like this one.
So do I. This is a song I wrote in '94 and played this song around Nashville for a lot of people, but it wasn't until George heard it. George Jones recorded this song too. And actually, I played it for him 2 or 3 different times, and he said, "No, that song's not for me." And then finally, around 1999, right in there, he recorded this song, and he won a Grammy with it. Very proud of it.
And he probably said, "Why didn't you play this for me before?"
He did say that, actually. He did. He didn't remember it. Yeah, you're exactly right. All right, you ready? I've had choices.
Oh, yeah, love it.
Since the day I was born, there were voices told me right from wrong. If I had listened, no, I wouldn't be here today, living and dying with the choices I've made. I was tempted. By an early age, I found I liked drinking. I never turned it down. There were loved ones, but I turned them all away. Now I'm living and dying with the choices I've made. I've had choices since the day I was born. There were voices that told me right from wrong. If I had listened, no, I wouldn't be here today, living and dying with the choices I've made. I guess I'm paying for the things that I have done. If I could go back, oh Lord knows I'd run, but I'm losing this game of life I play. Now I'm living and dying with the choices I've made. I've had choices since the day I was born. There were voices that told me right from wrong. If I had listened, no, I wouldn't be here today, living and dying with the choices I've made. Living and dying with the choices I've made.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Great song.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Now you know who wrote all those great songs.
Been
Billy
so
Yates.
blessed, you know, and now I've just, spent the last, 30 years here in Nashville writing songs, and then I love doing this thing down in Branson. So excited about Ray in the Country Vault, and I wanted to mention too, if we have time, you can run by PFI Boot Daddy, and you can get your tickets for the show right there.
Oh, wow.
So on your way to Branson, just swing by there, do a little shopping, buy you some sharp duds, and come on down the road to Branson. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's get out of here.
All right, Larry's Country Diner, we need your help. Larry's Country Diner, where the cameras are always rolling, and we don't care. Very good.
All right. Hey, if you like that one, you're going to love this one. Or this one.